Hello, so guys, welcome in the next lecture. Simply, so let's start the SEO starter guide. Okay, directly from the Google document. हम पिछले कुछ lectures में discuss किए about the spam policies, about the key requirements, about the key factors to get visible in the search results or Google search और overviews, what are the technical requirements. Okay, जितना भी basics था that everything we have discussed in the previous lecture. So let's start the fundamental of SEO. Okay, SEO starter guide. Okay, directly from the Google documents. What Google says about the SEO. Okay, so let's jump to the lecture. So simply, so let's start. What is the definition? When you build your website, okay, let's consider it in kind of story. So I'm going to read the complete content, or at that then we will discuss. Okay, let's take an example. That you build a website. Okay, you create users in mind. Try to make it easy for them to find and explore your content. One of those user in search engines which helps to discover your content. SEO, short for search engine optimization, is about to helping the search engines to understand your content, helping users to find your site and make a decision about whether they should visit your site through the search engine. Okay, simply, कि हम बहुत ज्यादा कॉम्प्लेक्स कर देते हैं एसईओ की डेफिनेशंस को या फिर टेक्निकली हम किस तरह से बोल सकते हैं तो दिस लेट मेक इट वेरी सिंपल. ओके, सो सिंपली आपने एक वेबसाइट बनाई. ओके, नाउ यू हैव सो मेनी क्वेश्चंस इन योर माइंड दैट कि हाउ इट विल बी अपीयर इन द गूगल. Okay, how will it look or not? So at that time SEO comes. Okay, SEO comes, they optimize your website, they place the things like that, they do the technical stuffs to make sure that your website is visible in the search engine when someone searches about that keyword. Okay, so what SEOs do is, again, after firing or pressing the query in the search engine, what Google do, Google decide as per your website's content that does Google show your website in the search engine or not. Okay, this is totally depend on, there are so many key ranking factors that we are going to discuss in the future, but that's of now, that's it. Okay, so in the search essentials, we have already discussed about the search essentials. What are these? What are the technical requirement? And everything we have already discussed. While there is a no guarantee of any particular site will be added to your Google index. Okay, site follow the search essential are more likely to show up in the Google search result. Okay, SEO is about to taking the next step on working on improving your website presence in search. Okay, so if suppose that you apply over search element, there is a no guarantee that your website will be in the Google index और तुम्हारी जो वेबसाइट है वो गूगल सर्च में दिखेगी. बट मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम व्हेन वी कंप्लीट द ऑल सर्च रिक्वायरमेंट्स, ओके, देन देयर आर हाई चांसेस गूगल के सर्च रिजल्ट्स में वेबसाइट्स दिखेगी. अब जैसे ही आपकी वेबसाइट दिखना स्टार्ट होती है, एट दैट टाइम अगेन एसईओ कम्स. ओके, द नेक्स्ट स्टेप फॉर एसईओ इज वर्किंग ऑन इम्प्रूविंग योर साइट प्रेजेंस इन सर्च. ओके, आपकी साइट सर्च पे आपकी वेबसाइट कैसी दिखती है. नाउ देयर इज अ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी और हाउ टू इम्प्रूव द प्रेजेंस इन सर्च, दैट इज द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ एसईओs. Okay, this guide will walk you through the some of the most common and effective improvement you can do. Okay, then once again, there is a no secret that will automatically rank your site first in the Google. Sorry, ये गूगल भी सॉरी बोल रहा है कि यहाँ पे कोई भी सीक्रेट नहीं है, कोई शॉर्टकट नहीं है, या फिर कोई ऐसी टेक्निक नहीं है कि आप एक टेक्निक अप्लाई करते हो, योर वेबसाइट will get the traffic from the search results. Okay, so in some fact suggestions might not even apply your business, but following the best practice will hopefully make it easier for search engine, not Google's. Okay, why, what that does mean, easier for search engine but not Google. Okay, so that's mean Google is not only the search engine. Okay, there are so many search engines. Okay, DuckDuckGo, Yahoo, one of that. Okay, being Baidu, there are so many search engines. So Google is not a search engine, but so that's good. Then Then Google crawl, index, and understand your content that we have already discussed in that part of how SEO works. Okay. And once again, there is a how does a search works that we have already discussed in the previous lecture. Okay. So there are some questions like people ask how long until I see impact in search results. Every change you make will take some time to reflect Google's end. Okay. Yeah, like let's take an example. If we make any changes just now, so it will take some time to see in the Google search results. Okay, so there is a no necessity. It can be like few years हो सकते हैं या फिर it can be months, it can be weeks, or it can be anything. So, okay, there is a no time decided by the Google, but it will take some time to make sure your website. Okay, now help Google to find your content. Okay, before you actually do anything, mention in this section. Check if Google has already found your content. Maybe you don't need to anything. Try searching on the Google site. Okay, like search operators. These all are the search operators which we can use to find our website. Okay, on the search engine. Let's take an example. If suppose that I visit my website, this one, if let me go through this. ये एक blog है. Okay, let me check. Now I want to check does this a content found by the Google or is it just live on the website? So you can keep that operator site colon then I hit the enter. Now Google clearly saying that this is this URL is not on Google. So in this kind of situation, what you can do at the initial level, just visit the Google Search Console. Sooner or later we will discuss about that also. Okay. And you can send Google to index your website or any specific URL. The situation of making the URL index, okay, generally when your website is fresh or new, it takes time to implement this. So you can visit URL inspection, you can click. Now the Google Search Console is also saying URL is not on Google. So this require for index. That it will take some times, but it will be definitely done. Okay, just wait minutes. Okay, so this is the one of the way to send your URL for the indexing. Once you are prominent website, once you are getting traffic, once you have already published so many of contents. Okay, so at that time, Google will frequently index your website. So as of now, this website is new, so it's not. So now what I can do, I can just click on test live URL. Just now this is on the Google. Let's see what the live test says about this. Again, after sending the request, it will take the time, but the tools will tell you that yeah, there are the probability that your URL will be on the Google. Sorry. Okay. Now in test URL, that Google Search Console is saying that yeah, URL is on Google. Okay, that's great. Now let's move on again in the chapter. Okay, so you can use this site search operators to check your website is indexed or not. Okay, check if the Google can see your page in the same as user does. Okay, when you Google crawl, it should ideally see the page same as user see. For this, Google needs to able to access the same resource user browser. If your site is adding important component that make up your website like CSS, JavaScript, Google might not be able to understand your page. Okay, so nothing need to hide. So if your pages have the different information depending on the user physical location, okay, you are satisfied with the information that Google see from the crawlers. Next, if you don't want page in search results, okay, there are so many techniques. Okay, suppose that there are some important pages, including the payment, privacy, or something kind of the pages which you don't want to get indexed in the Google. So there are this some operators, some methods, some other techniques to control that. Okay, this is very important for this. Like what happened in the current time. that rarely people think about the complete and proper structure of the website as per the SEO. They buy that theme template and start posting the content. There is a no logical structure, so that definitely will harm your website as an SEO perspective. So organize your structure properly. Okay. So what are the things you can do? Use descriptive URLs. Okay, URL should be descriptive, which is clear and concise, like example.com/news if it is article, if it is slash, can be anything. It can be category also. So use the URLs clearly. Now here are the example also. Pet, the cats. Then example. Okay, so these can be the. Now one of the most important group topically similar pages in the directories. Okay, if you have some similar pages, keep in the directory, same directory. Like you can see this is root directory, then about us, article, then news. There are is news 2022, 23, 24. Okay, so this is the logical structure. Reduce the duplicate content, but obviously, if you found any duplicate content on your website, remove it. Okay, it is going to create the problem. Otherwise, set the canonical URL for the that we are going to discuss in the detail once we will be in the technical part of this. But as of now, just send the relation is equal to canonical. Okay, so that Google can easily identify that this is original page, this is duplicate content, so it will give the priority to the original content. Okay, so make your site interesting and useful, but obviously where the text is easy to read, then content is unique, the content is up to date, and the content is helpful, reliable, people first. Then Google will keep talking about these all things. Okay, then expect your reader search terms. Okay, think about the word that your users might consider. That generally we call it keyword research in the SEO. Okay, कि यूजर क्या सर्च कर सकता है, क्या पॉसिबिलिटीज एंड ऑप्टिमाइज योर वेबसाइट अकॉर्डिंग टू द व्हाट यूजर कैन सर्च ऑन द सर्च engines. Okay, then avoid distracting advertisement. There should not be advertisement like which are disturbing and distracting the users. Always link the relevant source. If you have written any content and you find that this is the source, or I take the help of this source, link that. It can be the internal link or external link also. Write good link text. Okay, directly. Generally, we call it anchor text. Okay, that's Google also mentions we call it anchor text. Okay, so keep it good. You cannot keep it randomly. Link when you need to. Okay, wherever you feel that we need to add the link, then add it. The attribute you can set no follow or do follow. This is totally depend on the requirement or how you are going to manage the links. Influence how your site looks in Google. Okay, typically Google search result page consists of few different visual elements that you can influence to help users to decide whether they should visit your website in search. In section, we are focusing on the title link. Okay, influence your title links. The title links headline part of the search result. You can say, okay, one of the biggest example, if suppose that I type SEO techniques. In this kind of situation, this is the meta title that we type. This is the description. Okay, now the same title, description, title, description. Okay. Then control your snippets. Okay, that we will discuss in the detail in the technical part. Their snippets are something like this. This we can call snippets. This is also we can call snippet. That everything you can control. Add images to your site and optimize them, but obviously that wants to do add the high quality image, but obviously add the descriptive alt text to the image. Okay, sometimes whatever people keep adding the image, but there is no optimization in the image, but you have to do because Google doesn't understand the image. It it extract the meta title, it extract the image title, image description, image alt text, or there are the other attribute which is about the image. So from the text Google try to understand the image. So keep the descriptive alt text, optimize your video, but obviously promote your site. So once the site is ready, Google can index, we are keeping the content. So promote on the web, social media, communicating, advertisement, word of mouth. There are so many things to do. So we have to things we believe you shouldn't focus on. There are something which is are important that or no need to focus. Okay, so that we will discuss in the next lecture, because this is already a this is already becoming a lengthy lecture. So in the next lecture we are going to discuss about that we believe you shouldn't focus on, things we believe that you shouldn't focus on simply. Okay, so thank you so much for this lecture. Like, subscribe, comment and share with your friends. Okay, we will meet in the next lecture. Okay, thank you so much for your time.